Thank you so much for joining us on today's bulletin. Welcome to Agri News. I'm Esther Gishuki. Now we start off with a locust scare in JUJA. The people of Kiambu are now living in fear after swarms of locusts were spotted at Kigwe Farm, a few kilometers from JUJA town. Experts are yet to confirm if the sighted pests are the dreaded desert locusts, ravaging at least 8 counties. Locals are worried that the locusts are moving very fast and could lead to massive destruction if they're not contained.
Tuko na wasiwasi sababu tumeona nzige wameanza kuwasili huku. Tumekuwa tukiwasikia wakiwa sehemu zingine kama kutoka Isiolo, Meru, lakini sasa tuko na hofu manake washafika hapa, tunawaona na tunahofia kama wanaweza anza kusababisha madhara ya kuharibu mimea. Kwa hivyo tunaweza uliza serikali ichukue hatua ya haraka ndio iweze kuweka kucontrol.
Serikali kama imekuja ile kwa sababu tumefanya dhambi, haiwezi kufanya chochote. Lakini sisi Biblia inatuambia wale wanaitanishwa kwa jina langu wakiweza kunyenyekea, waombe na wafunge, mimi mwenyewe nitasikia maombi yao na nitafanya nini? Nitawasamehe na watakula mema ya dunia. Kwa hivyo serikali kuna mambo haiwezi kupigana naye. Kama vile uliona Yesu Kristo alikufa msalabani, serikali ya sisi haingeweza kupigana na dhambi, lakini kuna Yesu Kristo alifanya nini? Kwa hivyo hata nasi tuko hapa kama jeshi la Bwana tuweze kupigana na hizi wadudu.
Now, moving on to Kilifi County, where a bishop now claims the locust invasion being witnessed in several parts of the country as a biblical plague brought by God to punish the nation after the leadership messed. Bishop Thomas Kakala of Jesus Care Center Ministries says the locusts were a symbol of punishment by God for going against his wishes and will only be resolved by serious prayers.
Kila kitu kinachotendeka kina mtazamo miwili. Kuna mtazamo wa matukio ya kidunia na kuna mtazamo wa vile sisi watu tunasema kiroho. Kwa sababu kile kilichoko kinachoonekana kinatawalwa katika ulimwengu usioonekana. Nzige walikuwa miongoni mwa adhabu 10 zilizotolewa ni Mungu kwa Misri, kwa sababu mtawala wa nchi hiyo alikuwa arrogant na kichwa ngumu kinyume cha Mungu. Kwa hivyo Mungu akitaka kumwadhibu mfalme, anaadhibu nchi. Nchi inaumia, na nchi ikiumia ni kwa sababu ya mtawala wake ama watawala wake.
Residents of Jogoo in Nakuru County have decried the destruction of their crops by a lone stray elephant. They say the jumbo has caused damage amounting to over 500,000 shillings. The worried residents say the elephant lurks in Koibate during the day and invades their farms and homesteads at night.
A lone elephant has been terrorizing people here since July last year. So, where did it come from?
Huyu mnyama tunasikia sijui alitoka upande Transmara huko. Akapita all the way Kerengeti huko. Urenguru akavuka huko Rondiani. Akafika hapa Maseta Forest, ndio akaingia kwa Ibataki Forest.
Sisi tunasumbuliwa ni ndovu. Na kutusumbuliwa inatusumbuliwa. Sikurara kwa maana ikiingia inaharibu kila kitu.
Inakuja inabomoa fence, inakula kabiji zetu, alafu ndio hiyo inaingia kwa boma, inatoa ng'ombe zote zinalala nje.
Last week the jumbo came visiting, and this time it went to Susan Dirango's home. When it got there, it put its trunk in her house, scaring her children. The residents say that the children cannot sleep at night, and this affects their learning in schools.
Alipoingia kwangu, kulikuwa na maji nje akakunywa. Niliposikia ameingia, nikatoka nikasimama kwa dirisha. Niliposimama kwa dirisha, nikamuona amesimama kwa mlango, nyumba kubwa mahali tumelala. Akaingiza mkono kwa dirisha mahali watoto wamelala, akasikia kuna waya.
Hii milio ya risasi ambayo inapigwa usiku, unajua watoto wa hapa hawakuwa wamezoea hiyo vitu. So ina affect yao in minds. Kwa sababu usiku unakuta kunapigwa risasi kama 30, 20 wakifukusa. Na mwisho wanamaliza kama hizi baruti.
Nimehama kwa sababu yake, nikaenda kukomboa nyumba kambi na nikawacha nyumba kwangu.
Posa leo iliingia saa 4 na dakika 18. Ikakaa mpaka saa 10. Ilitoka mpaka saa 10. Na sasa hiyo tumekaa chini na watoto. Tumesikilia tu watoto. Watoto hata waradi.
The lone elephant has destroyed fences and food crops worth hundreds of thousands. The residents say that when the Kenya Wildlife Service KWS are called, wardens shoot in the air to scare the elephant away, but once they leave, it comes back. They lament that no compensation plan has been brought to them since the beast started terrorizing them.
Kisha ingia jikoni, inakula jivu, inakula kenye imepata huko viazi, inakula sabuni. Sasa ndio hata tunashindwa, kwani ni type ya ndovu inakaa aje? Sasa tunaomba tu vile tunaweza saidiwa, hii ndovu itolewe, tusihatarishe maisha yetu na maisha ya watoto wetu.
Na kwa sababu hutaki mambo ya fitina tutuliwa mnyama, waje tu kwa usalama, wachukue mnyama wao wapeleke, si hatuna shida. Wakompensate vitu yetu, wakishindwa kukompensate hata wakae.
When night falls, the elephant, which is said to be living in Koibatek forest, unleashes terror in Jogoo, Sachangwan and Mlima villages. This fence is a clear evidence of the human-wildlife conflict. Who will save the residents of Jogoo? Joan Leting in Jogoo, Koibatek, in Nakuru County.
Moving on to some rather interesting news. Now, did you know that farming snails can be quite profitable? Well, there are only 10 snail farmers in Kenya who have honed the skill of rearing the gastropods and earning a living out of it. Demise Odhiambo from Karen here in Nairobi County ventured into snail farming, which is believed to be a great source of protein, his major markets being West African countries. He's now teaching other interested farmers who visit his farm from as far as Kisumu and Mombasa.
Like a protective gear. As Demi Farm Snail Department, we have started to train snail farmers in Kenya on the best way to do snail farming and how to go about having market for the snails. So we have started training farmers in Nairobi and in Mombasa, where we want to equip these farmers with the relevant skills they need to know in rearing the snails and getting the licenses that are needed and ensuring that the quality also meets the market standard. So that means we will be making follow-ups with these farmers all through the journey. We prefer this than even the normal massages that we have.
Using the snail?
Yes, using the snail.
What of the fear?
Yeah, I know some people cannot do this, especially if you have what we call snail phobia. You know, some people hear about the snails and then they freak out. But the more you get close to these things, the more you realize they are very harmless and very useful to you. There's nothing they do to you. Once they are just very confident with you, then they just start, you know, walking, and it's a form of like a therapy.
Up next is a roundup of agricultural stories that have been trending in other parts of the world.
Oh, I didn't know there are this many. Like, oh.
This interview The locusts arrived this morning. They're causing damage to my cat farms, the grass and the vegetation on my land. This will render the farm useless and make us vulnerable to drought and hunger.
It is specific to target organisms, and so it is tested for safety, all-round safety to the environment, water bodies, people, and also to non-target organisms. So it's specific to desert locusts.
The farmers, we are telling them not to be worried. They are safe. They have been able to contain the locusts in the pastoral areas. We are clearing them in this zone, and therefore there is no cause for alarm. Their farms are safe. They will not be invaded. They should just concentrate on their normal day-to-day work. There should be no panic at all.
Even on a weekday, it is a busy scene at this restaurant on Washington's U Street. Customers line up for fried chicken, mac and cheese, candied yams, cornbread, what's known as soul food.
The soul food moniker came from in the 60s and 70s when we had the Black Power movement. And I mean, it was about having pride in your style of cuisine, putting your soul in it. And it fed, you know, the masses since 1700s or before that.
Located just a few blocks from the African-American Civil War Memorial, the Oohs and Ahs restaurant is becoming the soul food hub of Washington, D.C.
We have a lot of excellent guests that have come here that might be famous. Jay-Z, LeBron James, J. Cole, he comes in all the time.
But these dishes, which are traditional African-American home staples, are in fact enjoyed by everyone here.
I see that you guys order fried chicken and some green beans and there's mac and cheese. Which one's your favorite?
Definitely the fried chicken.
Yeah?
For sure.
Did you grow up with the food?
Yeah. So being from Texas, we ate a lot of soul food, fried chicken, waffles, green beans, cornbread, everything, but the fried chicken's awesome.
Award-winning chef Audrey Abbott started cooking at a young age, learning in the field through trial and error. And now, nothing makes him happier than seeing customers enjoying the recipe he got from his grandmother.
For everybody to know something about, you know, African American history and some of the things that we went through, the success stories are more than, you know, just a few that you hear about, you know, sporadically.
And he hopes his story, as well as the recipe that carries a cultural and historic significance, keeps inspiring those who come to eat at his restaurant. Eunjin Lee, VOA News, Washington.
Hydroponics farming saves water, and I really enjoy it because I don't have to worry about the water. I don't have water here, so I have to buy water, but because it's hydroponics, I'm saving water by 90%. The other reason why I opted for hydroponics farming is the growth rate of hydroponics. It's faster, and then I can harvest even much faster than the soil-based farming.
Lettuce is of such a high quality, which I use a lot of it, so I've had her supplying me for over a year now, twice a week, in bulk amounts. She packages it beautifully. It's always amazingly fresh, has no blemishes on it whatsoever, doesn't even need me to put it into a special liquid to make sure that it's completely fumigated. It's the best lettuce I've ever had the pleasure of buying in Zimbabwe.
We have a problem with water. In fact, the whole world has a problem with water. Hydroponics is very water sensitive. The amount of water used is a fraction from normal agricultural purposes. What we prefer also in the market is that the product comes with its roots on. Therefore, it has a much longer shelf life. The customer can take the product home and put it in water, and it will continue to live and to thrive.
On today's Sauti ya Mkulima, we talk to farmers from Jimo village in West Semi-Kisumu County who have decided to start a seed bank in a bid to save their traditional crops by collecting and saving the seeds.
So today we have a very important function which we want to conduct, especially the issue of launching of this our seed bank, which we've been longing to have sometimes back. Now, why do we have this seed bank? Seed bank we have because some other seeds which we used to have before, they are now disappearing. Now we want to get them back because they are also drought resistant, and there are also quite a good number of seeds which are also very good drought resistant, early maturing, and they are also very sweet for consumption. So we want to protect these seeds which are also, in fact, nowadays they call them the orphan crops. Now these orphan crops, we want to bring them in place so that at least we have them in our store. So the format we also used to do here is just to have the farmers have some simple quantities they put in their farm, they plant in their farms for the multiplication, after which they bring back to our seed banks.
Now, first we were given some samples to do a demonstration. The samples were of millet and sorghum. We were given 3 different varieties, out of which I've only chosen 2 to be the best on my side, on both sides of sorghum and millet. Why do I say so? The ones that I've chosen are fast maturing and drought resistant and sweet.
The reason why this is important, it's actually beyond an agricultural story. It's also a story that is about social justice. Because when you look at the seeds that we have, these are seeds that have been passed down by our mothers, our fathers, who were given by their mothers and their fathers. And what has now happened is that we have a situation where this great gift that we got from our ancestors a long, long time ago, which is how over 70% of our farmers actually share seeds, is now under threat. And it's under threat from 2 things. The first is climate change, which is a very big one. And the second is how modern agriculture looks. And modern agriculture is around how the seed companies of today have formed. And the way the seed companies of today have formed is that typically, as opposed to these seeds that we have in the seed bank, where you have quite a large variety when it comes to millet, or when it comes to maize, or when it comes to whatever legume it is that you're looking at, typically what the seed companies will focus on are the single seed varieties.
Now, let's have a look at how different agricultural commodities are performing in different markets across the country. Now, it's just about that time where we sample feedback from you, and we'll start off. The first one says, "Hi, kindly direct me on how to prepare homemade yogurt." Thank you so much for your feedback. Now, you didn't leave your name or which county you reside in, but you can watch our Value Addition show that airs every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. We also have somebody else who says, "I'm getting concerned about the earthworm compost. Where can I find the earthworms?" Thank you so much. One of our producers will get in touch with you and direct you to a farmer or a group of farmers dealing with earthworms. Now, we also have somebody else who says, "Hi, KTN Farmers TV. Thanks a lot for your informative programs." Today, he's referring to the 21st of January 2020. In the morning, there was a show on how to grow roots on fruit tree branches for transplanting later. Please repeat that show. I found it very interesting. I did not get the name of the technique, but the Kenyan farmer was very learned and brilliant. Now, you didn't leave your name or which country you reside in, but thank you so much. You must be referring to our Fresh and Fruity show, which airs every Monday and Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. You can catch reruns, or rather repeats of that, on our YouTube page, that is at farmers_TV Kenya. Now, this is just a sample of the feedback that we have been receiving from you, and we'll keep sampling that feedback every single day here on Agri News. Be sure to engage with us on our social media platforms and also on our SMS line on your screen. I'm Esther Gishuki, and as we wind up, let's have a look at the weather forecast.